Yeah. Okay, welcome to April 13th of 26, abcsoulplay.com, Activating Hope Zoom series on with Cass and Renee. And yeah, I hope your week is going well. And the message that came through for today was um how to see when another is taken over by a program, how to navigate this awareness to grow your soul skills. So this is kind of our focus for today. This has been very apparent with the energies lately, with many people coming through. So I have a couple pages of journaling from this morning, and then I did pull us some cards with the energy. So we'll see how that lands for you as we get into the message. So, um, one of the messages for the week that came through was I get to live instead of I need to get to work, because time is the most precious gift for us. So, just an invitation to look at the things that we get to do, to live our lives the way we want to live them. So get to living instead of get to work. Just a little shift of perspective and kind of creating the new ways of being. There's going to be things that you can't do anymore. Your soul just can't do it anymore. And so rather than fight that, you let that story go and you receive in new stuff, new ways of being, new ways of living, new ways of abundance, new ways to get paid, things like that. And what came through really strongly is that there are hungry eyes, people who need your help or need your energy and are looking for ways like these series, Activating Hope. There's so much content, books and podcasts and everything out there to help us create a new world, new ways of being. And so there's a difference between hungry eyes and possessed eyes. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And what's become very clear is this is a possession or an infection. Um, but it is just so unlike Hollywood. So we have all of these images and ideas of what possession or evil or entities is, and it's just very dramatic and very over the top. And so the message we're receiving this week is that it is so much more subtle than that. You're dealing with this every single day within yourself and within others. So that's what we're going to kind of try to understand. This is a very difficult concept and it's a very difficult thing to learn to see. But we're going to need it, and that's why it's coming through. So the difference between hungry eyes and possessed eyes, they are going to look a bit similar. Your eyes are the window to the soul, but the soul itself cannot be taken over. So the ego can push the soul kind of out of the way or into the background and scream loudly enough that you think that's what somebody really is. And it's not who they are. That is ego. And the soul, the part that you were speaking to a moment ago, kind of got pushed to the back. So you'll notice that people's eyes will go kind of darker and shiny. Or they'll widen their eyes really big and like try to like impose upon you some kind of story. And so it's a difference between passion, somebody inviting you into a different perspective, and somebody trying to impose upon you a story and get your buy-in. So it can be very nuanced, and you want to be careful with it. Really call on the Holy Spirit to help you discern it. This is why we're always grounding and set up personal protection and always asking to be able to receive the truth of any given moment at any given time, so that you can develop those skills more where you can see it happening. You don't have to engage. You don't have to give any of your energy, but it's not going to be there all the time necessarily. So the kind of glassy-eyed, wide-eyed passion that doesn't receive truth or perspective is the look of possession. So it would be, so we would get this from parents and media and gurus and um, all of these authority figures in our lives would have passed on the infection to us. And so it is more like an infection. And that is kind of how we get possessed with these stories, energies. And it comes out like that though. And so it's very interesting because these are more programs that are the possession, but we've been taught to that it looks very different. So it will look like incoherence, like going off on tangents that have nothing to do with the conversation. Like it'll be confusing, like, and you can't quite walk them back to like what you were talking about. And it will just be kind of, um, it will just be seem very disjointed to the conversation you are having. Um, it's when people have an inability to read the room and they're just spouting stories, spouting perspective, spouting beliefs, but not reading the room that they're in. It is a push upon of stories, of unhelpful stories, of different things that it's not helpful to humanity, it's not part of the conversation, and it's not bringing connection to the room, to the people in the room. And it will always have a lack of compassion, always have lack of compassion. It will be an idea, an ideology, a program, a story that lacks compassion. Someone is less than, someone is weaker, someone is stupider, something like that. And so it's going to be put in the guise of holier than thou kind of a thing. Um, but the lack of compassion, the incoherence, and the inability to read a room are the main signs of it. And to just listen carefully to the messaging being spat out. There's a difference between sharing ideas and concepts and being that's what came through, just spat out at you, kind of a thing. Um, and is it helpful, compassionate, and loving? Always, to everybody. That the truth is always compassionate to all. It is do no harm, no matter what. So does it have the energy of burning people alive at the stake as a holy task energy? That's pure evil. Or is it having is it just passionate about an idea, but not asking for your full buy-in or trying to impose an idea upon you? That would be, passion. This is a possession. This is an infection trying to infect you with something that's not helpful for humanity. We all can have this. We have to do the work to recognize it in ourselves because all of humanity is infected this way. But this is what the possession energy is. That's what I'm getting, is that it's kind of always been this, that we're the perpetrators of the evil because we don't recognize the
Mhm.
infection within us. So it's very it's interesting and nuanced, but you can protect yourself against it. And that's the thing, is just always ask for protection and clarification on everything. Um, Pay close attention to the intention and how your body reacts. So this is going really into just recognizing how your body responds to someone else's energy. Someone whose intention is pure and full of love will not feel heavy and dark or make you shut down. So if you shut down, that is your body protecting you from this kind of energy. And that's fine. It's fine. You just don't have to interact. It's not like you have to walk around scared of other people's energy infecting you. You always set up your own protection no matter what. You're always safe. That's a divine law. You ask, you shall receive, and so that's fine. This just might help, like not buy in or don't waste your energy there. Just kind of allow yourself to exit gracefully. Um, and let's see, where was I? Oh, how do you feel when this energy tries to suck you in with full compliance? And it will always be full compliance is a necessity of these energies of these stories. So paying close attention to that intention and how your body reacts. And you will see the soul still trying to come forward. We'll have glimpses of it. So you could be having a conversation that's just going along great, and all of a sudden it feels like it just went sideways. That's when you see it actually happen. When there seems to be an opening for this infection to try to get you to lower your frequency, lower your energy, and go along with it, or allow that energy to drain you, to bring your frequency down. And so it happens like that. It happens so fast. But now you'll kind of be looking for it and be like, oh, that explains it a little bit. Yeah, so there's a moment when the conversation feels good and reciprocal, and then just flips to the oppositional energy. And oppositional energy has been coming up a lot lately. Cass kind of pointed it out to me, and then I can't unsee it. It's like everywhere, and it's like, and we all have it, but it's like, are you in those energies? Are you going to allow those infections to keep draining you, or you're going to become aware of it and just clear it and fix it? Yeah, so cleanse, ground, protect, and open to the truth constantly. Just ask the Holy Spirit to show you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in every situation, with everyone, and you will get the clarity, you will get the information. That's how this came through. I just always ask for, okay, could you explain this to me? What's actually going on here? What am I supposed to see? So you ask to be shown the signs of infection or possession. And then you ask if there's any of that within your body, mind, and soul connection in your aura. And if so, no biggie. Ask to see it, ask to recognize it, and ask to clear it. And then just do some really nice, lovely things for yourself to bring your body back into alignment with soul's will, divine will, with what's really good and healthy for you. And it is super cool to see it. Like, you'll realize you've seen it all your life, but you didn't know that's what it was. And so to be in control of your energy when this happens is very empowering, very hopeful. And I feel it's like, it's just such a big deal. And so that is what came through on the 13th, which today is a 7-day, which is forward momentum. And just before I hit record, I pulled us some cards. And the very first card from the Dragon Oracle cards by Diana Cooper is the Silver Dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul, see higher possibilities. So we have the Silver Dragon. And that was the first card. And I feel like this is very empowering and telling us we absolutely can do this. And this is us being able to recognize how these energies are controlling humanity and how we can be in control of shifting that narrative and just not succumbing to those lower frequencies. And then the second card was Fire Dragon, burns up lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. I didn't even read this card. I just pulled them. I feel like that's pretty on point. Yeah, the Fire Dragon burns up the lower energies around you. So you can ask any of your guides to come in and help you burn up those lower energies that maybe we got infected with. Maybe it's something we were taught in our family, background. What is holding us back? And we just clear it. And then we just don't take it on when we see it. And so that's the main thing. And the third card is Green Dragon, helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence. I think this is my favorite card of the whole deck. It's got a dragon with a key in the forest. I love this card so much. Helps you tune in to the secrets of nature. So these how to control our energy and clear our energy is absolutely the secrets of nature. These are all the ways we're supposed to be all along. So it's just being able to recognize it for what it is. And then our seer card or overall card for those three messages is the water dragon. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. Water energy has been so powerful right now to like cleanse, clear, release, but also is your inner sanctum a raging river or is it a nice, peaceful river? You get to decide what that is and how it works in life. So I've seen all over social media the let me be water, let me be water, let me be water. Water can go between hard places. Water slowly erodes things away. Water is purifying, helps you flow easily around obstacles. So Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. So we have fire, green, water, and silver. Yeah, so that's really nice. So illuminate your potential with higher light, burns up lower energies around you, helps you tune into the secrets of nature, and helps you flow easily around obstacles. Okay, so that's our message for today. I'll open it up to everybody else to pop in and see if that makes any sense and what that gives you today for yourself for this week.
It makes all kinds of sense. Um, some of the things I've been reading this week, or just even leading up to today, it talks about protection, but yet also about cleansing my energy field and um, protecting it,
Mhm.
sealing off, oh, negative energies, but and cutting cords with any past stuff.
Yeah.
When when you were talking about um let me go, let me find it again. Oh, the possessed eyes. And then it's like, oh my gosh, there so many patterns just went boop. And it's like, that's what all that was. The
Oh,
whole
awesome. Mhm.
narcissism came up.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, you're cutting in and out, I think, a little bit.
relationships. Even okay. Yeah, you were earlier, so I don't know if it could be. Is this better?
Yep.
Okay. Um, but narcissistic people, there were several people that came to mind right away
Mm.
on that and how it had to be their way and how the less than, it was just, I was like, whoa on that. But when you're talking about all this and how we need to recognize it in ourselves, um, because sometimes being around those people, it brings it up or brings it out because they're draining your energy and bringing you, down to their energy level. But how to protect ourselves and how to um, ground ourselves so we don't fall back into it. But being aware of it is huge
Mhm.
in helping out. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, it makes all kinds of sense, and more things came together with that. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's good. Cass, you have anything?
Right. My thing like tilted way back.
Mhm.
I guess what comes to mind is thinking about sharing messages that I'm confident in. I think like I can think of several instances where I've seen that in other people, but then I'm also trying to pause and think like when have I delivered that? Like what is something that I have been blindly angry about or passionate about or had strong emotions about, but then express them or like blurb them on other people before I had even like worked through them. It's really interesting.
It really is. And I'm glad that you're able to like come at it from that point because that's the first thing I did is like, where is that in me? Is that
Mhm.
in me? Let me see that when it comes up, because I want to
Yeah.
recognize it. And I want to lead soul first. And I want to recognize that um I just want to put my ego in its place. It doesn't get to run the ship,
Yeah.
right? So my soul should be here and the ego should be back here instead of
Mhm.
that. And so it's like I want to recognize it when that happens. Like,
Mhm.
you know. And so yeah, it can just be so empowering for your own personal growth.
Yeah.
But then I realized where um I realized why people can receive in one moment and not in another. And it's when that
Mm.
shift happens. And so you're not always, when we say someone's possessed, it's
Not
not a,
always in one
it's not
place
always a
together.
right, it's not always apparent. It can be it comes forward at different times, you
Mhm.
know. So we all have that ability, we all have that as humans, we've all kind of grown up in the same stuff. So it's just being really aware of what it is and then
Mhm.
catching it when it happens and then doing the clearing and the cleansing and the awareness. Um, I've realized that what this is teaching us is you can't clear it unless you are clear about what it is,
Yeah.
because it will just sneak back in.
Mhm.
It will just cut,
Mhm.
it will rise up in a new, different way because it is like a bacterial infection
Yeah.
in your system. It is, kind of that. And so it can rear its ugly head at any time. And this is why it's so inconsistent with people. One minute you're talking to their soul. The next minute it's the ego has seen a little place to try to get in there and gain power or
Mhm.
energy or, whatever it needs to feel good about itself. And it
Prove itself a little bit.
and then that comes at you, and it's like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, how did that happen? What was that? And so now I can just see it so clearly, that all my life these little flips. And you're always like when somebody is Jekyll and Hyde, so you're like, wait a minute, we were just having a great conversation. How did this go completely sideways?
Mhm.
Or how did one minute I felt so good in this interaction, and now all of a sudden I feel completely drained of
There's
my
a
energy?
shift. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so
Mhm.
now the challenge is see it and stop your energy. You just don't feed it. It's like, no. It's, and so that's all it is. It's like just gracefully exit.
Mhm. I think I
You,
haven't had words for it, but I do think that like that has been an important part of my internal dialogue while I'm healing is because I can be very self-righteous, and especially when I was like working so much and doing school and all these things, I was so self-focused and in self-preservation mode that my
yeah.
internal dialogue did not it was not healthy. It didn't reflect like the connection and the authenticity that I wanted in my relationships.
Mhm.
Almost felt like a bit of imposter syndrome
Yeah.
a lot of the time.
Sure.
But then now I'm my life is slowed down enough, I feel like, that I can be like, wait a minute. No, we don't actually think that. That's not true. That's false
Right.
narrative right there. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
even if my brain wants to run with it or my ego.
Yeah. And that's good. Catch those loops, catch the cycles of like, wait a minute, I thought we changed our mind on that, but it tries to come back, like
We already worked on
reassert itself. It's like, I thought we dealt with that.
yeah. Yeah, we've gone through this one before.
And you can recognize it because it will be a loop that sounds exactly the same.
Mm.
The narrative of that infection or of that program does not change.
Mm.
That's the other main thing that you recognize it, is that it's a almost word for word the same loop. And they have to run the loop. So that's kind of that read the room.
Mm.
They'll run that loop and spout that story, even though everyone has just lost interest and are like, what are you talking about? This isn't what we were talking about at all.
Mm.
They'll still run the loop.
Yeah.
And if you try to interrupt the loop, they, they
Mm.
won't allow it. And that's what I'm saying, just gracefully exit, because at that moment, you can't negotiate.
Mm. Yeah.
There's
It's
no getting through.
Yeah.
no, well, that's running. If the person has no awareness of what's going on, there's
Mm.
no negotiating with it. There is
Mm.
no common sense with it. It is a program. It is a
Mm.
possession coming forward, and it is an infection trying to infect you.
Yeah.
And so, yep. And this is the scary part about spiritual bypassing,
Mm.
is when people don't think they have an ego.
Mhm.
The ego loves that.
Can thrive in that environment.
The ego loves that. There's no checks. There's no checks. There's no balances. There's nothing to stop it. And
Mhm.
that's dangerous.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's like, are you helping with what you're saying?
Mhm.
Does everyone have to believe like you do, and why? It's like,
Mhm.
we've all been called to do different things in different ways. And so, yes, so that is what I would caution, is that I don't deny my ego.
Mhm.
I just don't let it run the show.
Yeah.
And I do ask the Holy Spirit to help me see when it wants to raise its little ugly head. You know, I try to feed my ego healthy stuff so that it's not like trying to, we're
I like that.
retraining it. That's what we're doing. We're retraining it. So we have to clear the
Remedial
program.
training for your ego.
Yeah, I have to clear the programs, clear the possessions, right? And then feed it
Hmm.
healthy stuff. Yeah. New stories.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's being aware and your soul being the leader.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. And your body will tell you when the energy shifts, and now you can see it, like, oops, that person's not there anymore.
Mm.
And it's not like the movies, right? It's not like the movies. They're not levitating or spitting green soup or their head turning around, you know? It's just this shift, and all of a sudden you can't talk to them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or
Totally.
your body shuts down. It really
Mm.
does. Like, your body just, like, it's palpable energy.
Mhm.
And so you're just like, angel wall. Nope. I've got to go check on something. I'm out of time. Sorry.
Mhm.
But
Mm.
for me, this helps me understand so much how one time you can have a great conversation with somebody, and the next time you feel like you can't get on the same page.
Mhm.
Or it's a loop of something that you thought was taken care of.
Yeah.
And it goes back to a weird old loop or an old pattern. And or people speak in the third person. I've noticed this too. Um, like, they'll speak in generalities instead of, like, as if you're a person in their life. It's interesting. And it will
Yeah.
usually be accusatory.
Mm.
And so that's another interesting thing. I was like, oh, well, you're sounding like you're speaking for a group of people who are very angry instead of like yourself. It's like, this has nothing to do with like the personal issue at hand.
Like giving yourself authority to interpret everyone's emotions around something.
Yeah, yeah. So just notice, like, even the um like, if it's a singular or plural, like, if I'm speaking to you, I'm going to say, I think this. But what I've noticed, it'll often come across as accusatory, like, um well, I'll just use one that actually happened because nobody really knows. But it's like, who are you trying to piss off?
Mm.
was the accusation instead of asking me to change the music I was playing, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
It's like, I'm a real person right here. All you need to do is ask me if something is wrong. But it's just this like generality. Who are it's like, well, how many entities do you have? Like, I mean, who are you talking about? Like, there's just you and me here, right? Like, are we talking about Legion here? Like, about
Such a
I'm just
generality, yeah.
it's just me and you, so I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm
And
trying to piss off all your entities, buddy.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it was. I was like, oh, the language. Now I get it. Now I get it. So it's kind of fun because then it's empowering. It's like they have I'm not scared. I don't have zero fear. I know I'm completely protected, but now I can conserve my energy better, quicker, and
Yes.
and realize that I can still love those people because I can see both sides. I can see when they are soul led, and I can see when the switch gets flipped. And so you can start looking at what are the trigger words that flip the switch for the program. And so I'm hoping this can bring just the same clarity and awareness I'm feeling with it, where it just feels like the tip of the iceberg for this huge awareness and understanding. Uh, yeah. So, yeah, any of the energies with the dragons kind of speak to you. We got silver, fire, green, and water. I thought they were all appropriate to the message, but it might mean something specific to
Yes.
you.
Do you mind reading the fire one again, please? That one kind of stuck out to me.
Absolutely. The fire dragon burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. So you could literally call the fire dragons in tonight to help you just burn up everything we've talked about as far as those kind of programs, infections, uh,
Mhm.
and burn up all confusion as to what those are so that you can see it clearly when it happens
Mhm.
and just protect your energy.
Yeah.
And then, like, even if you're protected, if you start feeling that really low, kind of heavy, just sage, take a bubble bath, play music, cleanse and clear it. It will lift. It's just you feeling how dense that energy is. And that
Mhm.
is the denseness that the world is in. So
Mhm.
feeling it is not the same as being infected.
Mhm.
You're recognizing it. You're going to make sure that you deal with that energy and move it through and away. Um,
Mhm.
so there shouldn't be any fear around
Mhm.
it. And that's what I'm trying to say is like
Mhm.
recognizing it is not the same as being taken over by it.
Mhm.
And so, and then you just learn how to work with that energy that way. And so it's very empowering, which to me, I find very hopeful. It's so that we don't feel like
Yes.
we'll get stuck or trapped in it. So just ask for help. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you see it, and you will see it. And then ask the Holy Spirit how to clear it. But anything that's fun and feels clearing, saging is probably the best, really. That seems to do the quickest. Um, but then like showers, bubble baths, dancing, um, and even just sending blessings to um, yourself if you notice it happening yourself, but also to anyone that you notice it happening to.
Mhm.
Send them blessings, send them clarity, send them the uplifting energy that they need to hopefully see those cycles working. And in
Mhm.
that way, we can try to help. And you won't be able to really address it if they aren't willing to see it, but you can still send them blessings and love and angel energy.
Mhm.
I often just send all my guardian angels to someone. I was like, just go help them. you know
Like that.
and so that's how I try to, it's like, could you guys please go help? And like even the
Mhm.
dragons, you can send the fire dragons to them tonight when you think
Mhm.
about those people and just say, could you help burn up some of that, help them clear some of that so they could maybe see
Mhm.
what that is. And we can't change another soul journey, We can't do it for them, but we can definitely send them love and energy and help. Like you can definitely send that, and then it'll be up to them to choose that path or not. So, any other thoughts tonight on that?
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you both for being here. And so it was a very big message to come through. I didn't even know how to
Yeah.
articulate this, really. So hoping it helps and that it activates hope for us all. And then maybe we get, as we sit with this, maybe it'll become more clear as well, like kind of help us understand it better. Yeah. Well, blessings and love. Thank you for being here. And I definitely look forward to hearing everyone else's experience with it. And so, yeah. All right. Take care. I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.